Looking to buy your dream home or rent that perfect apartment? With the Redfin app, you'll know the moment your next place hits the market. Set up your gotta have it wish list, and Redfin will send you real-time notifications for properties that match. And when you're ready to see it in person, scheduling a tour is just a tap away. Thinking about selling? Redfin can do that too. In fact, Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so they know how to get the best price for your home. And with a listing fee as low as 1%, Redfin charges half of what others often charge. So you could save big, like really big. Last year, Redfin saved home sellers $118 million. So whether you're buying, renting, or selling, Redfin's ready to help you win. Download the Redfin app and start searching today.
Your neighborhood just got cooler with Kroger Delivery's refrigerated trucks. Simply order groceries at the same great prices online as in-store, and we'll bring them to you fresh every time. And if that wasn't cool enough, you can now earn 4 times the fuel points after 4 with your digital coupon. Choose a next-day Kroger delivery time slot for 4 p.m. or later on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Must deliver by February 4th. Restrictions apply. See Kroger.com for details.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Greetings, everybody. Make sure you're live and all is well. All right. So, sending greetings to everybody. Yeah. And big up on yourself. In our struggle, it continues. Happy Monday to all my subscribers. Italist one here. Respect to all of you guys. Yeah, respect to all of you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. I'm driving while I'm doing my podcast. I don't know why, but I was just lapsing, sitting around all this time. And I could have been doing my podcast long time. But because I was so cold, I said to myself, and I see that the time is going on. You know what I mean? And I said to myself, listen, you know, let me just do this podcast now while I'm here. Because if I don't do it, I'm going to miss it. And if I miss it, I'm not going to be happy that I missed it. So I said, let me talk with you guys. Yeah, and let me just get some things out there where, you know, are going to affect the world, right? Because the world is our audience. Yeah, the world is our audience. And this is what we're up against these days. You know, we're up against the world, basically, you know. So it's changing, right? Dan is in the White House, and him being in the White House, whether for good or for bad, it is what it is, and he do what he do. Moving right along, this is Martin Luther King Day. So happy Freedom Day to everybody. I'm glad that you, if you don't, or if you did celebrate it, I am glad. And I hope you had a nice Freedom Day. Right? That's what we call it, Freedom Day. Martin Luther King holiday. Yeah, I believe it's his birthday. But if you had a good Freedom Day, all the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we can't do nothing without freedom, you know. If you're in a bondage, you can't do nothing. So you need freedom. No matter how small the freedom is, we need freedom. You know what I'm saying? And freedom is a must. You know? No matter what. Freedom is a must. So, big up everybody on Freedom Day. You know? Freedom is a must. So, yeah. So Martin Luther King was one of our scholarly, or if you want to call, idols, or even leaders here in the States. Yeah, and we learned about him in school, you know. I have a dream. And the mountain top, that was really two of the iconic speeches that he made. And it's interesting, you know, even today we still commemorate him, although he passed, I believe, before I was born, or yeah, something like that. I'm not sure, but I know it was the 60s. I believe it was in the 60s, you know. And you know, I followed him for a period of time to get understand, you know, who he was and what it was about, and you know what the civil rights struggle was about, what Jim Crow laws was about. I follow him, and he made an impression on me, you know, because one of his biggest thing was to protest, but non-violently. You know, that was one of his biggest things. Protest against the system, right? Some of us call it the system, but the system was what he was protesting about, right? Where they believed that even though it's one community and slavery was done, for how many years slavery was done, them believe that basically it wasn't done in the mind. It was done physically, but not in the mind. And he spoke up against it, because whatever you think in your mind, you act it out. You know what I mean? And he spoke against it and said, boy, basically said, look, if you say it's done on paper, it needs to be done in real life. You can't just have false paper. You have the document have to mean something when you sign the paper and you say slavery is done. And real talk, in those days, it wasn't done, right? Meaning people were marginalized and discriminated against, right? And segregated. So even though they were walking around, a lot of opportunity wasn't given to them. And real talk, there are some of those people who are still here, but then get crafty, you know. Then work around and then wiggle around and them stagnate and block. And, you know, them say XYZ and they mean ZYX. So a lot of them people are them generational children, them grandchildren and them great-grandchildren. Them still here. Them fear equality. right? Them fear justice, them fear truth. And it's just the reality, you know. Now, for me, why may I tell you the truth? Because I've seen and I came and I seen and I saw. You understand? And I'm nothing where me I figure out, and I'm nothing where me just exposed to, as something that I've been living for the last umpteen years, right? And it's not a pretty feeling, right? It's not something that can swallow easily, because you're in a place or a country that is supposed to be open-minded, right? And I say that with a grain of salt. They're supposed to be open-minded, right? Anybody know about America? Then say America is the land of opportunity, right? Anybody know about America? Them say find your way here and open doors and liberty and justice for all, right? That's what them say. Now, is that necessarily the case? I would tell you 80% of the time, not even 75%, 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time is that minority that think opposite of liberty, justice for all. And Martin Luther King was a part of the 80%. Yeah, he went to school and getting him degrees and thing, and his parents were, you know, I believe either sons of sharecroppers or children of sharecroppers or whatever, but they grew up in that era a little bit after the 19th century. Yeah, going into the 20th century. It don't even hit the 21st century yet. You know what I mean? So maybe there was a part of that, and you know, he experienced it first with his two eyes, but he was the right man for the right time. Yeah, and because he was the right man for the right time, him basically opened doors for other minority and other nation. You understand? And that is the case. And that's how we get to appreciate. Because I tell you the truth, them never even really want to talk about him in a school too much when I was growing. They never want to talk about it. It was like something that, you know what I mean, it never really make you feel. You felt proud, but at the same time, you just never want to talk about it, because the topic of slavery and the topic of discrimination is an ugly topic for a lot of people. Some people just want to move on, and some people just comfortable with it. You understand? But at the same time, the damage is already done. Right? So that's why me say he was the right man for the right time, because it was like a quiet riot. You know? I remember there was a rock and roll group, they call it Quiet Riot, but them never quiet at all. But this man was like a quiet riot.
What you're hearing is Hardie Fiber Cement Siding living up to its reputation as the siding that helps resist weather damage, no matter what Mother Nature throws its way. James Hardie knows how important a reputation is, especially when you're a home builder. That's why Hardie products withstand the elements better than wood-based siding, with styles to match their strength. Because when home builders work with us, we deliver our best so they can look their best. Protect your reputation with exterior products by James Hardie.
You know what I'm saying? In put people in place in a nice way, made them think, made them examine themselves, and they wasn't never doing that. They were never ever examining. They look in the mirror, but they look in vain. They never see them true self. You understand? There's a lot of documentary out there, even on YouTube. Go look on it, where them believed that we go hand in hand, and one was a subservient to another. I'm just talking the truth. The facts is there. You can Google it. You can understand the mindset of the world at that time. And so much there is, even the mindset today. A lot of people have this mindset of subserviency. Yeah. Now, I believe an honest day wage is an honest day pay. Right? I believe if you want to become anything, contribute to society, you're entitled to it. Yeah, I got no problem. You understand? Who am I to judge anybody? But there's a common courtesy, and there's manners, and there's respect, because God created you. Nobody not created you. God created you. And God give every man the same ability, and every woman the same ability. So when you fight against man, you really a fight against God. And that them did find out in the long run. Fighting against man, you fight against God. Fighting against God's people, you fight against God. And God have his way of doing things. Right? But enough people died. Yes, we know. Enough people died. And a lot of people suffered. But in the long run, they had to humble themselves, because if they couldn't humble themselves, as you listen to some of his speeches, it would have been a dead end, literally. And he couldn't afford that, because the world was watching, and at the same time, it was just beyond humanity. They could not allow certain things to go on, because it's not the Dark Ages, right? Remember, it's not the Dark Ages. It's not the medieval ages, right? So people were, you know what I'm saying? People were more thinkers rather than arrogance. Them think, and this man just come at the right time. The right man for the right time. Big up Martin Luther King and his family, and the late Coretta Scott King, you know, who were a part of the struggle. It wasn't just him, but him to get a lot of limelight and promotion, because his tactics were basically, you hit me on one side of my cheek, you have to go hit me on the other side. Yeah, that was his tactic. I don't necessarily know if I can do that, but him still give us the opportunity and the time. Yeah, him give us the opportunity and the time to reflect that basically violence beget violence, but what can you do when a man violent and you not push back? You just take it and you tell the man, say, look, this is wrong. Are you willing to die because you don't want violence? Yeah? You're willing to die because you're non-violent. It's amazing. I don't know. I still don't really comprehend it too much. I'm working on it. God help me. I'm working on it. Yeah. But there are others at that particular time. We don't need to call their name. We know them. Right? We know who they are. Because today is Martin Luther King Day, right? So we have to go talk about it. Yeah? And he's a champion, you know, literally a man who put his life on the line for a multitude of people, a generation of people and generations to come, right? And when you think about it, man, 400 years of slavery, a mindset kind of sticking on both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? And no matter how modern them get, right? Because the world is modern, you know. And no donkey and carriage. It was cars and planes. It was doctors. Modern. So them to carry themselves a certain way, you know what I mean? But the mindset was so engraved that they didn't even know said they was doing it to the extent that they were doing it. Right? To the extent where it just passed on from one generation to the next. You know what I mean? And all these people even allow these things to go on, I don't know. You know what I mean? Even so, I wonder sometimes, God even allow it to go on so much. I don't know. You know, that's just one of the questions we have to ask when we reach at the throne of grace. Yeah, because there's a lot of evil in the world. But this, I believe, was one, at least, if not one of the top, in the top 5 or top 10. Yeah? And there's many, theories, many theories out there. But we leave that for another day. Me know say this man was the right man for the right time. And few people can say that there are people like him who sat down with leaders and world leaders of government and pierce the hardened heart, by love, because it couldn't be nothing else. You can be non-violent, but you're still a knucklehead. But the man was a believer in God and believer in Christ. You see me? So because he was a believer in God and believer in Christ, it kind of hard because the same opposition them a talk about God and Christ too. And them a read the same book and them hold it sacred too. So the irony, now them have to confront themselves. You don't see it? Them have to confront themselves and look themselves in the mirror every day and say what kind of world you are living. But when them go down to United Nations and world powers, them have to deal with other people and so on and so on. Right? Them have to deal with other people. But in them own backyard, them can't deal with the people who them bring from Africa. They can't deal with them. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. This is Martin Luther King Day. May I have to big him up. May I have to big up the mother, even the mother, and the father, because you don't get it from nowhere. You get it from his parents, and instill it, and from the word of God too, and he was chosen. Basically, he was chosen. So yeah, I think about freedom. Freedom is something that few have and many desire. But when we get the freedom, is what we do with it. That is the question. You know, are we careless with it? You know what I mean? Are we careless? Are we lackadaisical? You know, I mean, I can go on. Can go on. You know? Many days, me look and me see the nations, them, you know, and me see even in the communities sometime and what goes on. You know, to me, I believe just to survive in this country because of the past damage that has already been done and the healing process will take, it's going to take a very long time. I thought I was going to see a lot of things change, but a lot of things don't change, man. A lot of things don't change. Some things still remain the same. You know, and many of us sell out. Many of us sell out. You understand? And it's just a reality. We sell out for a long time, you know, when we were selling our own people across the pond there. You know what I mean? But even more so today, a lot of we sell out. You know, not just for skin, not just for position, but for dollar, for greediness. Hey, oh my God. We sell out, man. But, you know, so like I was saying, how me view it in at this time, yeah. You have to walk circumspectly. You know, trust no shadow of the dark. You know what I mean? And the Bible tell you that too. You know, brother against brother. You know, father against son. You know, mother against daughter. And it rough. Me not telling no lie. It rough for it. You know, because the opposition and the trick philosophy where them are push. You know what I mean? In real talk, you have to keep your eyes on God. Because a lot of things that them say is not so. That's the whole reason why Martin come. Because a lot of things them say is not so. But you have to hold them accountable to it. And you have to draw more to the winning side. You understand me? You have to draw more to the winning side. Because no matter what them say, the only way them can keep you quiet is if them kill you. And him end up that way, you know what I mean? And a lot of people fear death. You know, them fear death because they don't know where them are go. But you see where you know where you're going. You don't really fear death. That is just the next chapter. You know? And this is where Martin was. You know? Like I said, the mountaintop was the speech that he gave. And I think the next day or couple days after that, the man died. You know, by gunshot. You know. And you have to be brave. You know. Not to mention he was a preacher, so he must, you know, rightly divide the word of truth. Right? He must rightly divide it. He was a preacher. But, you know, personally, there was a Moses, right? A Moses, you know, that came in the name of King. You know, all these things line up, you know what I mean? Like, his name is King. and him attack with authority. You know me I say? Him attack with authority like say, you know, you have to hear what I'm saying, right? And listen, people are listening. People are listening. So, you know, me always keep Dr. King close to my heart. That's one of the man them, may I tell you, in the top 10 or top 5 in a black history. You know, in a black history. Nobody can tell. These are the things we hold on to. You understand? Because really and truly, our history, if anybody was to really write our history, it's a thick book, you know. A thick book. If me name of all of the predecessor them will come before and lay the foundation. You know how big that book is for black history, and we just have it in us because it's too much to write. You know, it's too much to write. We have it in us. You know what I'm saying? And that we keep in us all the time. You know? The great leaders that come before us who challenge the system and say, that's not right. This is the right way to go about it. Right? And God is watching. So, what are you going to do about it? And if you fight against me, you fight against God. And God will deal with you properly. You know, properly. In a way where you're not going to like it. You know, you raise up nations against you because you oppress these people them who are made in his image. Not true. And so said, so done. It's in the Bible somewhere. You know? And every time you read it, especially with the Hebrew Israelite them, you read it in the Bible where the people them in a bondage. The tribes them go in a bondage in different time in history. And when them feel let go, the people them don't want to let them go. Them oppress them. Another nation come and rise up against them and give them hell. Eh? Another nation come and cause trouble, and everybody don't know which part this wind blow. Because they were sitting at the table with them the other day and they just vex and cause problem for them now. Eh? That's a God, the God of Israel. Yeah? And me I tell you, they don't want to write the book. I don't care if a white man write it or a black man, Chinese man. But somebody don't want to write it. Right? Because it's too thick and it's too truthful. And it line up so accurately, them can't deny it. Yeah? But yet, we still have fall for the okie doke. We still have fall for the okie doke and we forget that we are on assignment, yeah, to usher in the kingdom of God. You know what, Sam? Me read today. Said they're gonna have a alignment of planets. That's another podcast. Happening sometime in the next couple of days. Today is the 20th. So in the next couple of days, there's supposed to be an alignment of planets that we can see from Earth. Literally, all ducks in a row, one behind the other. I don't know when that happened the last. You know? I really don't know. I heard long time ago somewhere that when Jesus come to earth, that's when the planet them line up. long time ago, me hear somebody say that. You know, I don't know how true it is. You know, I really don't know how true it is. You know, but I heard that, and I don't know what is going to happen. It is sign and wonders. You know, in them time, the sign and wonders, man. I'm telling you, sign and wonders. Because it's just strange to me how, you know, everything is just happening at a rapid pace. You know, I wouldn't say strange, but, you know, we look for these things. And then you know, say, okay, time around. One thing happened this month, another thing happened next month, and then next week. I mean, literally before, when we used to see things happen, them happen like months apart. And you get some time, but now things happening rapidly with haste. You know what I'm saying? Like you're wrapping up. You know, things just wrapping up, man. You know, and it kind of like, to me, I don't really want to say that, but it seems like it's too late. You know, it seems like too late, which is even according to scripture. You know, because many will come knocking and then can't get in. So, big up again to all the freedom fighters. That is the word I was looking for. Freedom fighters. Yes. Big up to all the freedom fighters. Yeah. Because freedom is not cheap. You know. And if you're listening to my voice, all the freedom fighters who come across the border, legally and illegally, because you know the price of freedom is expensive. It's life. Yeah, and even death. You know. Just do the right thing and it'll work out. Do the right thing and it'll work out. It'll be a little struggle for a little bit, because freedom is not free. But do the right thing, it will work out. Stay the course. You come here for work, you come here for education, you come here for help your family, you know, come here for just work for nothing. Like Ali Button. You come here to get something, right? And you come here to give back, right? You come here to give back. Yeah, there's a lot of different nationality here. Can't do nothing about it. This is Indian land. Then come on and take it from them. But freedom not free. You understand? And the people who made a difference or tried to make a difference, they had to, some of them gave their life for freedom, right? When they could have just been silent, take it easy, drive them nice car, live in them nice house, right? Take up a beating, walk through back door, you know, listen to them calling them names and all type of things, you know the word, the N-word. Could have called and still just go about them business on a daily basis. You know, because nobody can tell me any different. You know, we suffer a lot. We've been through a lot. I hear some people crying, but not like our people. Even though some of we not cry, we bawl. You understand? Because the price of freedom is expensive. May I tell you? Ignorance is expensive too. But I think freedom tap it. You understand? Because even ignorant man can be in bondage, as well as a man can be in bondage, as well as a poor man. But not everybody can be free. You know? So, yeah, man, this is it. This is it. Freedom dear, freedom dear. Martin Luther King. You know, I have a dream. I've been to the mountain top. You know, and another thing I used to love to about him, he never give up in culture. He was born black, people by black. The man sing all the spiritual them. And I'm sure the ancestor them guide him along the way too. The man sing some Negro spiritual, man. When them thing them pierce their soul. Yeah, you listen to them sometimes, some of them pierce your soul, and you say, man, we really used to sing like this. Yeah? We used to sing like this and make songs like this. Yeah? That was what me did love about him. You know, he had no fear. He said, yo, we black. We are going to die black. What could we lose? All the more to gain. We already are in this situation. It's not going away. The kingdom suffered violence, and the violence taken by force. You feel me? Yeah. Kingdom suffered violence, and the violence taken by force. What could we lose? All the more to gain. Eh? I saw it go. And sometimes it hurts, you know, because our people just don't get it, man. Just don't get it. You know? We don't get the struggle, you know. We come here and we want to take over everything. You can't take over what never belonged to you. You can't take over nothing what never belonged to you. From Jump Street. Yeah. Better you just humble yourself and you just find yourself, work, get a plan and work. Right? Move back to Zion when you're situated and so, yeah. But they want to take over everything when it don't belong to them. Never. From Jump Street. That's another topic for another day. So guys, listen. I need you to subscribe to me. I need you to follow me. I'm still working on this monetization. Yeah. I'm working on the podcast, you know, as we are right now rolling. I need you to support, comment, you know. At the same time, pray for me, you know. Pray for me because it's still the beginning of the year, you know what I mean? And the rest of the year is going and we are on our way, you know. And we just need prayer. Prayer changes everything. As one person said to me long time, I was still praying. I was praying for you guys, you know. Mega love shout out to all of you. So many nations and so many people I've met, you know. And I know we haven't seen each other face to face, but yeah, me support you. So keep supporting me. And no matter what, you know, I'm praying for you guys to just keep the faith, you know, because I know the struggle real. I know say, you know, greater things are coming down the line, you know. And hopefully, I don't know, I wouldn't say this year, but this is the year where I'm going to try to organize things, and then next year we just push out. But if I can push out this year, I'm going to push out. I ain't going to wait till next year, you know. But we leave that in God's hands, you know. At this time, you know, it is good vibes, right? And good people, and we're kosher about everything right now, you know. I'm happy the children them doing good, yeah. And everybody just nice, you know. So it just feel good, you know what I mean? When I started this podcast a while back, it was kind of hard, you know, because it come out with myself kind of a way. And, you know, me chest back a little bit and me reevaluate, you know, after me see, you know, the audiences and stuff like that. And, yeah, for, you know, re-examine the podcast and make sure the podcast kosher, you know what I mean? So, just do everything properly. You see me? We do everything properly. So, big up to the audience, man. Big up to the audience. Enough respect. Yeah, it's not over till it's over. You know, eat good food, be healthy, you know, and try to love yourself. Above all things, love yourself. Yeah, if people don't love you, don't worry, it's a part of life. But most importantly, love yourself. Yeah, don't let them stress you out. Don't let them stress you out. Tell them like Vybz Kartel, tell them scroll on. Scroll on. You don't want to hear my voice? Just scroll on. Right? You don't want to see my life? Just scroll on. Yeah, God go with you, man. Everybody, big up yourself. Love you. Maximum respect. I'm out.